Knowing your values will help you love life more. Now, I know that seems like a leap, but think about it. What object do you value most in life? Now, wouldn't you work hard to make sure you keep that thing safe and away from harm? And doesn't that object bring you joy and love into your life? Dig it. Our values are our standards, our judgments of what is important in our own lives. And when you treasure and hold your values close, as if they're something valuable, you don't stray away and take actions against your values, which means you act and behave that brings about the results you want in your life. You dig? I know that knowing and respecting my values is one of the key things that help me love my life more. And on this channel, that is what I'm always trying to help you do. Love your life more. Can you dig it? I hope you will. Because sadly, very few people spend any quality time trying to work out their values. And I'm curious, are you like most people who say they're too busy dealing with the busyness of life to actually stop and think about their personal values? Unfortunately, I see too many people suffering to love their experience of life because they don't value their values. Yeah, they're jumping from task to task trying to improve their lives, but getting nowhere. Or they're struggling to make the right decision to bring about the results they want in their lives. They seem lost in times of crisis, and they feel disconnected from the world and others. You see, I intend to help these people understand that when you value your values, you're able to stay on track and achieve your goals faster and easier. You feel connected to others, and you know what to do when things seem to go wrong. You can truly love your life every single day, you dig? And that's why I'm going to give you 3 reasons your values matter. Because let's be real here. Unless you think about what your values are, how can you live your life aligned with them? Dig it. So many people who don't understand their values or don't realize that their values are chosen head off track in the directions that they later regret. They hallucinate that they just need to, go with the flow. Then they find themselves taking actions that don't serve their greatest good. And I know some people believe that values are innately passed down by our parents and are not chosen and stuff. But is that really true? Do you really not have a choice about the actions you take? Are you really powerless because of how you were raised? Nah, that's not true. Because if that were true, then we all would be living the lives our parents did, right? Repeating the same old patterns they did. But we all know someone who didn't want to be like their parents and was totally different, right? So it is possible then to establish your own values and what's most important to you in your life, right? I mean, think about it. Someone who holds having excellent health as one of their values, are they going to hit the snooze button at 5 a.m. in the morning when that alarm goes off for the workout? Are they going to get out of bed and hit the gym? You see, their values will guide them to the gym. You dig? Now, can you see how your values align with the decisions you make? But if you haven't even considered what your values are, what will your decisions be? It's more likely that you're going to make decisions that's going to help you love your life when you know what your values are and you make decisions that are in alignment with those values. This is important because when you make a conscious decision about your values, you get to choose the direction of your life. Yes, indeed. You're actually in control of your life, which will help you live a life you love. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. Now dig it. If this is resonating with you, make sure you hit the like button below to help me spread this message further and help me help others love life too. You dig? Please and thank you. So now that you realize that you can choose your values now it's important that I remind you what values are. Yes, values are our judgments about what's most important in our life. Yeah, many people may describe them as principles or standards or behavior, but you get to select your values that are in alignment with your goals, because when you choose values that are in alignment with your goals, your decision making is easy. Now question, have you ever felt like making decisions is hard, or even simple decisions? If so, then chances are you're unsure of your values. Many people think living spontaneously is the key to making the best decision. But when you try to live spontaneously without knowing your values, then it can be confusing because you keep saying yes to lots of opportunities, not realizing that saying yes to one thing is actually saying no to something else, you dig? For example, if you commit to valuing your health and you get a last minute invitation to dinner with friends, but then you had planned to go to the gym that night, your value for your health will make it easy for you to decline that invitation and go to the gym. Dig it. When you know your values and your values are aligned with your goals, then making decisions become easy and will always move you closer to the results you want in your life. You will always know what is the best course of action because it's always in alignment with your values. When you find yourself naturally moving closer to your goals daily because of deciding your values and living in alignment with them, you'll be creating a life you love every single day despite your current circumstances. Because values also help you through crisis in hard times. When that shit hits hits the fan? Yeah, most people panic and shift into survival mode. We've all been there, right? Now, have you ever wondered about those people that always seem to be calm, cool, and collected during a crisis? Dig it, it's their values. You see, these folks are using their values for guidance and stability. For instance, when people separate or go through a divorce, those people who make their values a priority, whether it's being a good parent to their kids or just being nice to one another, have a much smoother process than those folks who forget who they are and their values and create a bunch of bitter battles and unnecessary drama. And only to realize later that most, if not all that shit they were tripping on really didn't matter at all, you dig? You see, when you focus on the negative, you struggle to love life. You actually stop yourself from loving life. But when you prioritize and act in alignment with your values, you're proud of your actions and you can take control of your life and the outcomes you're getting. And you get to love your life more. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. So instead of jumping from task to task and getting nowhere, or struggling to make the right decisions, or feeling like the world is against you, you need to know your values. Because when you take the time to identify your values, you're able to stay on track, achieve your goals faster and easier, and you'll know what to do when things seem to go wrong. You're able to truly love life every day, you dig? And if you want help deciding and discovering your values, my I Am book will help you discover your values that will bring you the excellent health, the extraordinary wealth, the enormous success, and the extreme happiness you want in your life to love your life. Can you dig it? I knew that you could. The link is in the description below. Dig it. If you want to know more about how to identify your values in life, then check out this video.